Today's episode of Armchair Ninja Podcast is brought to you by NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com. Get detailed and easy-to-read instructions on how to build your own affordable backyard gym, including the salmon ladder, cliffhanger, and rumbling dice at NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com. Coming to you from sunny California and the Great White North. Get ready. We are breaking down the obstacles on the Armchair Ninja Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja Podcast. It is Thursday, August 11th, 2016. My name is Rich, and with me on this off week with the Olympics, we have Bijan. How you making out?
What up, man? Oh, man. You know what? I can't even hate. The Olympics are pretty good this year. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and yeah, man, just ready for Hawaii.
Yeah, you got the big Spartan Beast coming up. Circling back to the Olympics for a second here. So you guys just like it because you win the gold medals in the Summer Olympics. We had none yet. We got a silver and some bronze, but we haven't got a single gold yet.
It's quite nice. I can't, I can't really speak for the athletes. I'm not one of the athletes, but just watching it up in America, it's quite nice.
Yeah, I have to wait a couple years. We can do it again at the Winter ones, but we'll do. I still like the summer ones.
Who watches the Winter Olympics? Come on now.
Everybody here. Everybody watches it here.
Maybe it's a cultural thing because in America, I'm sure there are some Americans that really like the Winter Olympics, but it's not even close to the same level.
We're in San Diego, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know what snow is here. We think it's white magic dust that just happens in fairy tale land.
We actually, I have to say, we're all glued to the TV at work, so we've been watching it, thoroughly into it. Some sports more than others, like you're watching water polo and you're going, what's going on? Like, I don't get water polo, but, the beach volleyball can be entertaining. There's some good things to the Summer Olympics for sure.
Yeah, man. And got to look at that gymnastics, the men's gymnastics and the women's gymnastics, because, they might be future Ninja Warriors over there.
That's true. That is definitely true.
Shout out to Travis Rosen.
So Spartan Beast, you've got that next week, right? So we're going to have a week without Bijan, and I'm going to try to get through as best I can.
Rich is going to hold down the ship, hopefully there won't be too many celebrations in my wait,
Definitely not. And I'll do my best to keep it entertaining without him here. So as we mentioned, the Olympics are on, so we don't have Ninja Warrior to talk about this week, but this is a good introduction for those of you that weren't with us through the off season. We always have tons to talk about, and this is no exception. We have just so many things going on. Let's get right into it here.
Yeah, man. What's the top story?
Top story is the return of Ninja Warrior to Esquire.
I am so excited about this. Like, you have no idea, man. We have been waiting, Ninja Warrior fans from all the diehards from day one. We've been waiting for years for Ninja Warrior to come back. This is the stuff that got me into the sport. We're going to have a marathon starting Labor Day weekend, everybody, on, I believe it's September 3rd on Esquire. That's when it's all going to start. They're going to have a full marathon of the first 26 seasons of Sasuke. From there, starting next year, they're going to start airing the seasons that were never aired on the traditional G4. So Sasuke 27 up to Sasuke 32. That's going to be starting next year. And man, I cannot be more ecstatic. All these names that I've been talking about and you've been hearing about from Sasuke all these times, you're finally get to see it, Rich.
Yeah, it's funny because I've never seen the community blow up like this. If you're following the ninjas themselves, you'll see that it on everybody's timeline. It is huge. Like, they're so excited. I'm pretty excited myself because I haven't seen a lot of these, and I'm already getting requests for us to cover them. We can't do 26 episode marathon, but we'll pick our way through. We'll do what we can. We'll definitely try to cover some of the other seasons because everybody seemed to like the one that we did with this past one.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to have an off season, everybody. So we're definitely going to take strides to cover a lot of older episodes and various different things. We have a bevy of options at our disposal. So I really want to hear feedback of what you guys prefer us to cover. Obviously, the main one that everybody's going to probably want is Sasuke. But we have other options also of previous American Ninja Warrior seasons. We have the American Ninja Challenge, I believe it's called, which, oh boy, I mean, Rich, you want to see a hot mess. That is a hot mess of a show. But we can go into that. There's Jump Street Seattle if you really want to go back to the nitty-gritty of seeing the precedence of Levi Muhlenberg and Flip Rodriguez and some of the free runners from the sport. We have just a bevy of options. And I forget what's name. I don't know if it's Koichi or something like that. But basically in Japan, they had a female-only version of Sasuke. It ran 8 seasons, and I believe 7 of those seasons are going to start airing also on Esquire. So that's going to be really fun as well.
Oh yeah, there's a billion options really for us to cover, and we'll definitely be covering Team Ninja Warrior, which we've got a season 2 coming, which is our other big story.
Oh yeah,
I'm so excited for this. Like, this is unbelievable that it's coming back. I guess it's not a big surprise. It was a big hit for Esquire.
Oh, you had to assume that they were coming back. My big question for Team Ninja Warrior is, what changes are they going to make? Now is their chance to listen to all the feedback and make huge changes to the format that they had. Their format wasn't bad or anything, but you can definitely see that they had room for improvement. So I'm really curious to see if they do some changes.
Yeah, one change they're making, I don't know if you noticed this, so they're going to be filming from August 21st to 24th. So you can get tickets to that, and I'll put a link to where you can do that. You should go check it out. If you're in the area, you'd be crazy not to go see this being filmed live.
I am going to be so upset by the fact that I can't go to the filming, because I really wanted to go to the filming this year.
There's another option. I don't know if you noticed. August 27th and 28th will be the college edition.
Oh, really?
We'll be filming.
Where is that going to be at?
It's college students only. You're still a student, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that.
I mean, do you have to be a member of a certain college or something?
I don't think so. It just said college students only, so I think you should be good.
Nice. Okay, where is this at?
Well, it's going to be in L.A. I see that they list the L.A. Center Studios here. I don't know if that's where the company's at or what's going on. But if you're interested in getting tickets, we'll definitely post the oncameraaudiences.com link for that. And if you're looking to be on the college special, you should be able to apply, and we'll put a link for that as well, because they still have room for some last-minute applications.
ANWteam.com, but we'll have it in the notes as well. But definitely, I know that we have some listeners that are in their 20s still. If you're in college, this is going to be a perfect opportunity to get on the show, because you actually have a niche, right? You have a foot in the door of just representing your college. So if you've ever wanted to be on the show and you're in college, now's the time, man. Go after your dreams.
So since we have an off week, we actually have a chance to do a video of the week, which we haven't been able to do for a month or two now, I think.
Feels like forever.
It does. It's kind of a regular feature that we normally have. This time we're actually going to talk about Ninja Quickie, which we've had before, because Evan Dollar puts out these videos, and they're really entertaining. They're really great little videos.
We've had a Ninja Quickie before, huh?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Nice.
This one is with Jesse Graff, Drew Dreschel, and Erica Cook, which just those names alone drew me right in. I had to see that video.
Yeah. And just for people that don't know, because they're like, what on earth is a Ninja Quickie? It's kind of like just a fun little race around a gym. And yeah, it was fun times. What were the teams? I think it was Erica Cook and Evan Dollard, right? Versus Jesse Graff and Drew Dreschel.
Drew Dreschel against anybody is about the most ridiculous team up you can imagine.
That's kind of lopsided, right? Like, that's not really fair. No offense to the other team, but geez, you know?
Yeah, like, why would they pair off like that? Are they crazy? That's just asking for trouble. So not a big surprise that Drew and Jesse end up taking it, but it's a fun little video. I definitely recommend you watch it. Watch them just tearing through this course as fast as they possibly can.
Man, and they go fast. Like, if you enjoy, like, Ninja Warriors running fast through these obstacles, oh boy.
Yeah, so for those of you that didn't see Team Ninja Warrior, this is kind of the thrill of watching Team Ninja Warrior 2, is there is no... I mean, there's a penalty for falling, but it's not $1 million penalty, right? It is a reasonable penalty. It is worth going as fast as you can. So it's great to see what they can actually do when they completely are freed from those constraints, right? And they just go. Absolutely unbelievable. So if you didn't see Team Ninja Warrior and Esquire, you should go back and watch it. And you definitely should watch this coming season.
Yeah, definitely. The video was really fun. Shout out to everybody that made it. And Team Ninja Warrior, just watching this and all the points you just made, I wasn't even thinking about it, but you made some really good points, Rich. It's getting me more and more hyped for Team Ninja Warrior, actually. I really think this year is going to be really fun. I think this is going to be a year. I feel like Team Ninja Warrior, the women stand out a lot more than on American Ninja Warrior, especially this past season. And for me, I really enjoy watching the women run, so it's just getting me more and more excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Team Ninja Warrior definitely brought a lot of focus and attention to the women, and I really appreciated that because going into the season, we had all kinds of new people to root for. I feel like it really gave us a good handle on who the strongest women in the sport are. And this year we get to see, I don't know if you've looked at any of the women that are going to be in some of the teams that are being put together right now, but I saw Jessie Lebrecq in there. I saw Rachel Goldstein. I saw some of these names that we learned from National Ninja League and from the current season ANW. So we'll see the return of Tiana Weberly. There's all kinds. Oh, Kirsty Pratt is going to be there. Like, how exciting is it going to be?
Oh, it's just going to be absolutely fun. And my favorite team is coming back. Grant McCartney, Neil, and Natalie Duran. I mean, oh boy, that's going to be some good times.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So G-Force, it looks like Travis Brewer stepped aside and Jesse LaFleur is stepping in. So it's going to be Nicholas Coolidge, Jesse LaFleur, and Jesse Graff. Like, oh my God. Like that.
That's a beast mode team right there.
That is a crazy team to have.
Yeah, it's going to be fun times. I'm pretty sure, we probably only have a fraction of the actual set list of teams. So it's going to be really exciting when the show actually is filmed and everything of just all the teams that are made up. And I feel like this year we're going to have some beasts of teams. And I don't know, I feel like we're going to have another surprise.
Yeah, it's possible because you can never predict, right? It's not quite sure how everything's going to fall in the end. We definitely had a lot of upsets and a lot of strange results from the last season. So looking forward to see what happens this year. Mm-hmm. So moving on, they actually had, we didn't talk about it a whole lot. We really focused a lot on the National Ninja League, but the UNAA, which both Bajan and I attended local competitions for, just wrapped up. So they had their national finals, which was in Albuquerque at a big stadium. Like they rented out a big stadium, trying to promote it as a big spectator sport, which I don't think it quite went as well as they hoped. But at the same time, they did have a lot of ninjas show up, including some really big names. Jesse Graff was there, Joe Moravsky, just lots of people you've heard of from the show. And I think it went pretty well. I mean, the generally positive comments from the competitors themselves.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, I definitely feel like they should have booked a smaller building. Visually, it might have looked a little bit better if they did that. But I should say that the competition itself seemed like it was pretty good. It had a really legit course, and I've only heard good things about it. I really hope soon we'll be able to watch like a full video and maybe give our thoughts and feels of just everything that happened. Because I've only heard things and I've only seen clips of them. I haven't really seen the full videos of what actually happened during those finals. But I think you have a rundown of who won and everything, right?
Yeah, I grabbed the top three just because it's a little boring to list out a whole ton of names. So the top three men were Jake Murray. Congrats, Jake. Carson Voiles and Zach Day. I remember the name Zach Day from the National Ninja League as well.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
From the women, we had Jessie Graff.
Shocker.
Yeah, really, though. Molly Rennie and Emily Durham.
Interesting. I didn't know the second one. Emily who? Emily Murray?
So it was Molly Rennie.
Molly Rennie.
Yeah, I've never heard that name before that I can think of.
Maybe that's a name we need to keep an eye out for. Team Ninja Warrior, maybe?
Well, that's the thing. That's what we started by following the National Ninja League. We learned these names. It's as crazy as it was to list them off every week and kind of follow with these little clips that we got from Chris Wilczewski. It actually did help a lot. We get to see a lot from them. And I think that helped that league, whereas the UNAA didn't have that, right? So we didn't have anything we could follow from week to week and kind of get built up for. And Emily Durham was the third one, which I didn't recognize that name either. So there were names that we do recognize lower in that list. Like, for example, Jessie Lebrecq was there, and I think she gets 6th or 7th. So these women have some serious skills, obviously, to come up in that kind of a place against that field. So they're definitely ones we'll be keeping an eye out for.
Yeah, I definitely suggest to the UNAA that they start filming some of their competitions and putting them online. It'll make it a lot easier for fans of the sport and just fans of the competition series in general to get a better feel for the athletes and what's going on, because just reading about it really doesn't do it justice. For a sport like this, you really need that visual aspect.
Yeah, for sure. And a shorter season, I think, would have been a good idea, too.
That helps, too.
Yeah, because it ran from October, November until just now. That is a long season.
Oh, boy. I didn't realize I was that long. Oh, yeah.
So let's take a little break for a word from our sponsor. The Olympics are in full swing, and look at all of the amazing athletes from countries around the world, all competing for the gold. Do you know what they all have in common? Even if they break the world record, they won't win $1 million. That's right, they get a medal and an anthem at best. But do you know where you can win $1 million? That's right, on everyone's favorite summertime show, American Ninja Warrior. But what if you don't have a ninja gym to train at? NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com has you covered. Build affordable obstacles right in your own backyard and prepare yourself to become a millionaire. Only fools would spend their money on lottery tickets with a 1 in 14 million chance when you've got a better than 1 in 1,000 chance to win the big money on national television. 100 or less competitors a year for 7 years. One winner. I think the math checks out. Get started with your free salmon ladder plans at NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com. And when you're ready for something bigger and more complex, they'll help you figure all that out too. So go check them out. Once again, NinjaWarriorBlueprints.com. And we're back. I want to take a quick minute here, actually, to bring attention to the fact that it's been 1 year since we started this podcast. This is our podiversary, if you want to call it that.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so I went back and listened to, I don't recommend anyone else do this. I went back and listened to the first episode again when it was just me, and I kind of had those feelings again, listening to my voice and hearing the nerves in it. I have to say, when you start your own podcast, it's a little nerve-wracking. You're not sure what to talk about, especially when you're alone. You have nobody to talk to, and you're just, I don't know, I guess I'll just ramble on about the TV show for a bit, and maybe someone will listen. And you guys did. Thank you so much for listening and sticking with us through, as Bijan and I both figure out this whole thing, and it's grown into this whole thing where we've gotten to talk to some of our favorite ninjas. I mean, we've had Jeff Britton on the show. We've had Jesse Graff. I've personally talked to Joe Moravsky and all these different people, and get to go see it in person. Both of us did. It's just been a crazy, crazy year.
Yeah, it's been crazy, and, huge thank you to everybody involved, both the ninjas and the fans in general. It's been awesome, and you can definitely listen back to, even when I jumped on, you can definitely hear the nerves in my voice. It's been a transition learning experience for both of us, and it's been really cool that you guys have been sticking around and being there with us, as we kind of evolve. I think Rich and I are definitely a lot more comfortable in front of these mics and everything, right, Rich? But
yeah, it's definitely a big difference.
Yeah, but man, when we listened to those earlier episodes, whoo, rough.
Yeah, I think we should have banked about 6 months of them and then just scrapped them and then started from there.
No, the good thing is that, our off season was kind of our transition period where we can learn and, just try things out. And I think that really helped out a lot. And, you've been awesome this whole time around, there's been nights, everybody, that I've been coming home, where I had to come home, super late, and Rich is, up at, 2 in the morning on his side, or 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, man, and we're trying to record this. He's been awesome, so huge thank you to Rich. He's the heart and soul of the show.
Thanks. Well, you bring a lot to the show, too. It's been, I just can't imagine listening back, and it's just me. I can hear, because you were one of the first ones to tell me, you need a co-host, and you were right. You were 100% right.
Yeah, you kind of needed a co-host. I was like, hey, I'm not saying I need to be it, but you should probably invest in co-host. And then, yeah, went on from there.
Yeah, it would, but it's been great, and looking forward to doing another year of this for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I need a birthday cake or like a candle or something. What's around here?
We got to do something.
I light my cell phone's flashlight. There we go. Yay. I don't know. Put in like an audio clip of cheers or something. Happy birthday.
As requested. So, a couple other quick updates. The Couch to Salmon Ladder. It's coming along. I'm getting there. I would say I did 2 pull-ups the other day. Now, I didn't do them from a dead hang, but I would say I did 2 pull-ups. I was pretty proud of myself.
Nice, man. Hey, it's all progress. Get those muscles. Like, the more you try it, the more your muscles are going to build, and it'll be easier for you every time.
Yeah, so one of Jessie's suggestions in her original video were to use a chair, and I think I've even said on the podcast I was not comfortable doing that.
That was my suggestion.
Well, she mentioned it too.
Jessie does not take credit for this. This was my suggestion from months ago. Use a chair. So I don't care how uncomfortable it is for you. It's the best way to do it. It's the safest way to do it.
No, it is not. So here's the thing. So when I first started, I didn't trust my grip. I didn't even trust the bar. And I felt like I was going to fall back on my head with my feet on this chair, right? So if I fall, I can't catch myself if my feet are in front of me on this chair.
What are you, like, laid back or something? You want the chair like kind of under you.
Well, you want it a little in front of you, right?
A little forward, but not too forward.
Yeah, but there's no catching yourself if it came back. Anyway, so now that my grip is stronger and I trust it more and I trust the bar, I am using the chair now because it makes some sense and I get it. It can help me go up and down. I get the full range of motion and I'm building up all the muscles I'll need eventually to haul my fat butt up and down this thing.
Well, what you're doing is you get to work out the proper muscles. Even though you're assisted, it's a little bit alleviated of the weight, but you're still getting that strain in all the proper muscle areas. So next time you try it, they'll be a little bit stronger, and you'll build up to the point where the muscles are strong enough to hold up your weight and get you up there. Yeah,
I'm still not 100% on my warm-up, so I'm actually thinking I might go to a proper gym and talk to them there about what my goal is and see if they can help me work towards that.
If you're ever in SD, man, me and you are going to work out. That's going to be something.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's a word for it.
I think it'd be fun.
Oh my God. Actually, I clued in. So I think it was Mike Chick or somebody had tweeted at me about how great it was that American Ninja Warrior inspires people to work out. And I did the math and realized that I haven't been in a gym, like legit working out with weights, since before Daniel Gill was born. Like, it's been 20 plus years. That's how bloody old I am.
You just aged yourself big time.
Why did I do that? Why did I do that math?
That is, oh boy. Well, yeah, you might want to go to a gym, man. Yeah. I don't know what to say to that. You're definitely long overdue for a visit to that gym.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about comfort, though. You know, if you feel uncomfortable at a gym, there's a lot of at-home workouts that you can also do. So for anybody that feels uncomfortable at gyms, because I know there are some phobias with gyms for everybody, there's a lot of really cool workout programs online and video programs that you can do that also works quite well.
Yeah, it is intimidating. If you're not a gym person, it's really intimidating to go in there and admit that you don't know what you're doing and you need somebody to show you what to do.
Yeah, I feel you. I have a few friends that, feel uncomfortable at gyms. So, yeah, I understand.
So the last thing I want to talk about is our new feature on Twitter called Who Dat Ninja. Because Who Dat Ninja. I was... Frankly, I had a couple drinks, and I had the drawing that I had done for the animation, and I don't know what possessed me to post it, but I did, and it was Thomas Stillings, as was correctly guessed, like the next day, I think, by Cameron Aaron, and then she seemed to like it, so I posted another one, and then that seemed to get a little more attention, and then I ended up posting the third one, which will be in an actual animation here before too long. If you guys like them, I can keep posting them prior to the animations. They are goofy, not well drawn, but it's kind of fun to try to guess who it's almost like a silhouette, and it only vaguely represents the person, so it makes it a little tricky to figure out who I'm trying to show.
Yeah, he made one of me, and it's pretty awesome. But just want to, let everybody know I do have a neck in real life.
Everybody's a little chubby. Actually, we were just talking about before we started the podcast, I kind of use circles, and for you old timers out there, if you remember Weebles, those were my goal, to make us all look like little round Weebles. And I might even post a YouTube commercial for this old 70s toy that's what
it is old.
They're supposed to kind of look like.
Dude, that is like Stone Age old, that commercial.
Yeah.
I thought that was my childhood, like a dinosaur running around in the background or something. Like, man.
Oh, don't be hating. Come on. Old school commercials are awesome. My youngest will occasionally sing jingles from those old commercials because I will play them for her. She finds them hilarious.
Yeah. Well, most of the listeners can probably know the best decade for commercials has to be the 90s. When you look at those old 90s commercials for like kids' movies and kids' toys, absolutely the best.
You know what's sad is I am familiar with all of them. This is why I'm playing Pokemon Go. I was into Pokemon because I was raising kids through the 90s. That's why. It's old. So old. I raised millennials, all right?
I was about to say, how is your oldest my age or something? Or because I was being raised in the 90s.
Okay, so moving on, you wanted to give a shout out to Final Stage Podcast, right?
Yeah, for anybody that watched Sasuke 32 and was a fan of our recap, I would definitely suggest everybody goes out and listens to the Final Stage podcast and their recap of it. It was really awesome. And, they're really detailed with everything that happened. They actually had one of the hosts, Arsenet. She was there during the filming, so she can give a lot of background with everything that happened, because there was a few controversial things that happened during the filming. So definitely give that a listen. It's kind of long, but you can always get, they have timestamps for if you want to know a particular subject and everything, and it's always a fun listen. And yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure. We love that podcast, and Will and Arsenet do a great job.
Shout out to Will with his kind of physics lesson. That was quite hilarious. If anybody listened to it, they know what I'm talking about. Quite amazing.
All right, so that is it for this week. A shorter episode because we're not doing a recap. If you could, please get the word out there. We're trying to make sure that we reach as many fans as we can while the show is on the air. Likes are appreciated, but shares and retweets are way more helpful. So spread the word, let your friends know that we're here. And if you're looking for climbing holds, if you are trying out for the show and you want to build a home gym, please check out our website. That's ninjapodcast.com. Click on the link for Atomic Climbing Holds. Use our discount code of podcast and save yourself 10% off the purchase. So remember, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Ninja Podcast. And Bijan, if they want to reach you, how can they do that?
Hit me up, guys, and keep an eye out for some awesome Hawaii pictures on my Instagram and Twitter at Bijan151. That is Bijan 151. And I'm gonna miss you guys, but you'll be listening to my amazingly squeaky voice in 2 weeks. So, yay.
We're really looking forward to it, Bijan. Thank you all for listening, and have a great week.
Peace and love, guys.